What's up, wrestling fans? It's the Joe Cronin Show. It's the day after Monday Night Raw, and you know that I'm busy today doing stuff, so this is my last day of being busy with that other stuff that I have to do, moving wise with other people. AEW Dynamite ratings are in. They had drawn a 462,000, 487,000, 552,000, which is not good, but it was steadily going up on the time change. So they went from 1 million to 900,000 to 800,000 to 500,000, down to 462,000, 487, 552, and now this week jumped back up a little bit to 649. So 649,000, although being one of the lowest numbers ever still for them, is a jump in the right direction on a Saturday night, but we're going to be returning back to the classic time spot coming up. So this was their last night in a different time slot, but it was about 100,000 viewers better than the Friday night time slot, the Friday night death time slot that we all knew about. So I would think we can expect AEW when they return to Wednesday nights this week to probably jump to a 700,000 viewer amount, maybe 800,000 viewer amount. Unfortunately, losing all the progress that they had made, so that really kind of stinks. SmackDown is not doing well either. SmackDown has dropped down to 1.9 million, so they are below the 2 million mark again, which they've been consistently falling below. For a while, they were consistently doing above 2 million, which was good. They had dropped from 2.5 down to 2.3, down to 2.1, down to 2 million. But now in the last 6 weeks, if you took that sample size, you're looking at an average of about 1.9 million viewers for SmackDown. Numbers declining for SmackDown as well, because again, these stories just, a lot of them don't make sense. They don't go anywhere. They make huge mistakes as far as wrestling goes in the WWE. We really didn't talk a lot the other day about Killian Dane's release. He was released. Whatever. To me, what were they going to do with him? I don't know. He looks like a big guy. Probably could do something. I never got to see what he could do. Even if he was good, it wouldn't matter, because even people that we know are good, that we've seen been good, have either been treated terribly, not treated, or just completely wasted, whatever you want to say. So that's a mess. WWE sold 30,000 SummerSlam tickets very quickly. According to a report, there's other reports that say they don't. Why Damian Priest was away from Monday Night Raw the other night? PW Insider reports Priest was away from TV. He dealt with personal matters. So some kind of personal matter for Damian Priest. Maybe the personal matter is how they make Damian Priest speak like a robot good guy, like a million other guys have been made to speak. People still shocked about the writer situation, the woman that got fired. I picture all these comedy writers and these weird writers that the WWE brings in from Hollywood and all these places. I feel like they're the best at writing The Miz. I feel like everybody is writing for The Miz. It's like this is The Miz's type of stuff, Like all these comedy writers and all these Hollywood writer people they bring in that know nothing about wrestling or very little about wrestling or whatever the case is, they always end up being the people that write this Saturday Night Live stuff. That's why The Miz works so well, because the exact style of writer that works with The Miz is like half the writing team, it feels like. So if that's the case, that's why The Miz always gets so much. That's why they probably want more Miz's. But they've gotten so far away from the wrestling and the real stories and the stuff that seems believable. It's in just a awful state right now. Baron Corbin has changed his name back to Baron Corbin, I guess. The King gimmick is gone, thank God. That went on way too long, despite, I know it's the whole thing with Shinsuke or whatever. Just whatever, I don't know. A lot of people loving the Ricochet match with John Morrison, which is good for them. I would think that everybody noticed how awesome it was. Crazy spot is really what got it over. Just an awesome spot. The match was already all right, and they were getting somewhere, and then they had that big moment, and then they had a count out, which is also good to see because that's just super. When you hit a move like that, you wouldn't think the guys would get back in the ring. So it's just that whole thing was done really well. Raw was bad, but this was one of the better Raws in a long time because it had a few little things in it that you could smile at. So instead of a 1 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10, I believe Raw was worthy of a 4 or 5 or maybe a 6 from some people, but I gave it a 5. So at least Raw had that. Great job by Ricochet and John Morrison. And Chris Jericho is going to be back on the mic again for AEW, which is really good news because he was good on the mic, man. He was good. I mean, Duncachino is the guy right now as far as getting on the mic. And, people that I would listen to speak about just about anything, or I would listen to any angle with them, or I would ask them, I would like to see them on commentary or whatever. In AEW, that list is much bigger. It's like Eddie Kingston. I want to hear anything he has to say. Duncachino, I want to hear anything he has to say. Is there anybody in WWE like that? I guess Pat McAfee, maybe. I'd want to hear something he had to say if he picked up a mic, maybe, because I don't know what he's going to do, what he's going to say, how he's going to say it, what's going to happen. But who else on the mic? I don't even know. Nobody. I guess Roman, a little bit, when he speaks is kind of cool because of his heel character right now is the only thing good. But it's starting to, we've done it a lot here. We got to get some stuff going on here because it's going to run its course if they don't. I know they're trying to get to that. They're trying to get to the Rocks. They're trying to get to the Cena. They're trying to get to maybe Edge and Goldberg or whatever is going on next. And we heard Lesnar's on some kind of delay. So they're messing with him. So I don't know. Alex Riley recently came out and said he wants professional wrestling to unionize. So many people have said that. Alex Riley will be like enemy number 1 with Vince now. But I think a lot of wrestlers want that. Peyton Royce learned of WWE release after Shawn Spears asked her to check her phone. That's funny. WWE producer has left the company. Sanjay Dutt has left WWE. Wow. Fightful Select reported that he's gone. Started working as a WWE producer in 2019 after an Achilles injury. And he got a couple years working there as a producer. But Mark Middleton bringing the news from PW Insider via WrestlingInc.com. I don't know what he did, I don't know what he did. I don't know what he was producing, so I can't say. I mean, probably was somewhat good at what he was doing, but I don't know. Maybe he'll go into Impact, potentially. Ronda Rousey announced, I think, a girl, right? She's having a baby girl, I believe. Yeah, she's pregnant, blah, blah. So, yeah, she's congrats on that for her. I don't think Ronda, I don't know if Ronda Rousey's ever going to come back to wrestling. She was here, like, boom. It was fire for a little while, over a year, and then that was it. I think she had enough. And, yeah, I don't know if, I can't tell if she loves the wrestling fans or loved it, or if she, got here, was living a dream, and then realized it was kind of like a nightmare, right now with the way people are and the way things are. And I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. And with her mental state after the MMA stuff, maybe this is, she really can't handle the wrestling fans and what's going on, which is too bad if that's the case, because she was really one of the most unpredictable on the mic. She wasn't the best in the ring, but she was, like, fun to watch. She was interesting to watch, which is more than can be said about almost anybody else at all. So that's too bad if that's the case. Anyway, guys, I'm off to finish my stuff that I got to do today. I'll be back with more later. And tonight, I hope you hit that sub button if you're new, and I hope you hit the like button if you're crazy. And in the comments section, I hope you leave some kind of savage BS about all this stuff. My name is Joe Cronin. Follow me on Twitter at JCS Commentary. And hit me up on Twitter, or follow my Instagram, instagram.com/Joe Cronin Show. And, of course, become a patron if you really want to support the show, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thanks for all the birthday wishes yesterday. Here's other videos that you might have missed that you can click on and keep watching me right now.